In tradition, hair is a physical extension of thought,
soul extending outwards to feel,
spiritual reflection inwards. When the colonizers came, they took our land first,
our hair next,
called us the savage ones after.
My mother grew up without this legacy of hair.
So when I returned home to my village, she asked whose hands haunt it. My tender head is my mother's greatest sore.
The daughter she wanted more out of.
When my tomboy head would not yield, I was left with the burn marks from curling iron wands builded by my tias.
Curly hair burned sleek to split end,
praying magic into hair that wouldn't speak enough girl for them.
My tia's section shame,
dysphoria,
love,
into the most royal braid. When I cut my hair, no.
In tradition, hair is cut when change is craved.
An expression of autonomy, grief cut at the roots. The first time I cut my hair for myself, I was 14.
I was 13.
I was fighting with my mother's
shaky hands as the stylist put blade to strands.
The reaction of a body I had grown into before I chose to.
I felt Miyama's tears roll off my back with each lock.
The relief after like a good cry.
She doesn't know.
I had to let go of something, or I would have. By adolescence, my mother had already sung her condolences to my hair.
Each time I cut my hair shorter, my mom says she liked it better the last time.
A grieving mother, practicing acceptance in increments, shame woven through centuries. I can't tell where her grief ends and my shame begins.
I cut my connection when I misgendered.
At the highest points of my mania, I resist the urge to take shears to my scalp as my hands are conditioned to draw my own blood. And now, when men pull my hair without asking, I'll steep in that silence too. Laugh later when they call me savage again. My hair tells all of my secrets. The nights I've lost sleep too. The last time my father misgendered me. And when I finally come up, I am rinsing the depression out of my salt-encrusted crown.
My hair tells the careful curation of passing. When unkempt, I have nightmares about it all growing back. I cut my hair like compulsion. I pay too much for comfort that lasts too little. Taking sharpness to my roots still hasn't tamed my grief.
Hair teaches that grace and mortality are old friends. Finding humbleness through holding and letting go of life. Flowing down mountains, water that will rise up once again.
When I came out to myself, I asked my hair what it means.
My roots told me of tradition.
I saw my face in other brown men and gave my hair permission to grow.
Length that transcends gender. My hair grew long like home, and now I find family connection weaved through braided hair. I'm out now. I've left my hair just the way it was.
I cut my hair like ceremony.
I brush out the dysphoria. Smile when they say, you look just like your father. And then, this is Joanna. This is Joanna. Turn it off.
Why do Dominicans speak Spanish like they got a time limit?
Why do Colombians speak Spanish like they're about to cry?
Why do Mexicans speak Spanish like they're singing?
Why do Puerto Ricans speak Spanish like they can't afford lettuce?
Why do Cubans speak Spanish like they're drowning?
Why do Salvadorans speak Spanish like they're asking for forgiveness?
Why do Argentinians speak Spanish in an Italian accent?
Why do Chicanos speak Spanish like...
Wait, Chicanos speak Spanish?
Why does the Latinx community fight over what's correct Spanish?
Divide and conquer is what got us here.
And they got us fighting over the pronunciation of our assimilation.
We've forgotten that our tongues have wrapped around sacred prayers.
Our mouths have become graveyards to the sounds we could make before the genocide. Our accents just the Dia de los Muertos ultras we put in their place.
I had a Spanish teacher once. He said Puerto Rican Spanish isn't real Spanish.
He said he could barely understand it. In ESL class, we played with blocks and practiced our American accents before we'd even learned to read. When I was torn from my peers, I cried El Rio on the way out.
A baby bird ripped from mother tongue too soon. In classrooms, I pulled strained memories like teeth. For Spanish words, for flashcard words I should have just known. My peers will call my cheating tongue pocha. Our Spanish was the first lesson America tried to teach out of us. We were fast learners. My tongue was left with the scars.
Other Mexicans laugh at my accent that stands out like an American flag.
Ask why I don't work on it. Ask why my parents didn't teach me better.
But my Spanish is all West African drums and conga, all Arawakan prayer and hurricane dance.
My Spanish is spoken through apologies. They talk about it like I don't understand them.
My Spanish is El Rio Grande slicing the border in half. My Spanish survived your ESL class.
My Spanish is your consequence.
I Don't skip the S's and R's just to piss you off.
Pay tribute to the language that came before you.
In scarcity, comunidad sounds the same on every tongue. Variations of your languages are big fuck you. Dialect of disobedience, lenguaje de lo que no está pedido.